Okay.
Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So today, let's get it crack-a-lack, and we're going to talk about Wendy Williams. We're going to talk about Kevin Hunter. We're going to talk about Kevin Jr. And we're going to talk about the situation with Wendy Williams and her separating from Kevin Hunter, how it might be affecting Kevin Jr. because he was recently arrested, and we all know this. So I have a guest that's going to be speaking, and she's just going to give her take on the situation, that how she feels, what Kevin Hunter Jr. is going through, and also just to give advice to anybody that's in a situation such as separating, going through a divorce, and having children, and children watching the parents' actions. So let's get ready to introduce Miss Alicia. Miss Alicia, how you doing today?
I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm doing
Junior's
good.
going through it.
So let everybody know where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Baltimore City. My name is Alicia.
And are you a fan of Wendy Williams? And tell us how long you have been a fan of Wendy Williams.
Okay. I am a big fan of Wendy Williams. I love Wendy Williams. And I've been watching Wendy Williams like from the beginning. I didn't live in New York City, but I was able to hear her on the radio, and then, watching her TV show from the beginning since it started airing here in Maryland. And I became a very big fan of hers.
Okay,
And
that's
my
great.
input too.
That's glad. I'm glad to hear that. So everyone would know that your take is coming from a fan, as a person that does like Wendy Williams. And so I just want to ask you this question: how do you feel about Kevin Hunter Jr.? What do you think his mental capacity could be after getting arrested and watching his parents separate, and it actually be in public?
Okay, well, I'm going to break it down to you because I'm a parent of two sons, which my children are older. But the thing is that when you have a son and he's not getting, he sees his parents not getting along, and you try to force that son to be with the father and try to mend things, and he's looking at his mother suffering, and this is something that no son wants to see their mother suffering. And if you try to force that relationship instead of letting them come together on their own, it's only going to make things worse. And what Kevin did the other day, putting a young man into a headlock, and he had to turn around to defend himself because he probably had been sitting there watching him abusing his mother for years. And he's a big boy now. Oh no, you're not going to do this to me. I watch you abuse my mother, but you're not going to sit here and do this to me, and you're not going to do it to my mother again.
Yes,
So
and that
really,
is
he's being torn. He's being torn, and it's only going to ruin him.
That's true. And everything is allegedly. It's allegedly that Kevin Jr. actually probably witnessed his mother go through some violent situation with her father. It's allegedly, we don't know. But what Miss Alicia is saying, that him watching that, it's just too much for a kid to go through. How do you think it's affecting him when he goes back to school?
Oh, it's not going to be a good situation because this young man has to go back to school. Not only is the whispers about, talking about him, talking about his mother, whispering about his father, and then he trying to keep his mind together, trying to keep his work focused. This right here could take this young man to a level that you would not even believe. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's not looking good. And I'm praying that Wendy will get this young man counseling. Do not force him to be around his father if it's not a good thing for him. We don't want him to stray. We don't want him to get back on drugs. Him being in college and he being around other students and he's hearing these things. He's not no little teeny kid anymore. He's a young man. And he's watching and he's listening. And this could do anything to him. said it would affect his schoolwork. It could affect his lifestyle. It could affect his relationship with his mother, because if he see his mother being weak and not doing what she's supposed to be doing as far as getting things back on level, as far as getting away from this man, bettering her life with her son, he's going to look at her different. And it also can make him despise his mother. And I can say that because I have dealt similar with a situation like that. You don't play with things like that, because you're dealing with a man that is very unstable. This man don't care about nobody but money. I don't even know if he really cares about, basically his son or the child allegedly that's supposed to be here that nobody have ever seen. So I'm just praying that when he could get this child some counseling, if necessary, keep him away from him. Because this situation, this right here, like a headline, this is a small thing. It can get huger than this. It can get bigger than this. This could have turned more tragic. And if you continue to push a young man and push him, you're going to push him away from you, and you can push him into doing something he don't want to do just to protect his mom.
Yes, and that's very true, because Kevin Jr. is actually really standing next to his mom. And like, he was in Chicago with his mom, and then also recently, as of yesterday, he was out at another black tie event with his mother, and they're staying close together. And he just needs that support to make sure his mother don't look back. And right now, since, like you said, since it reached to a violent situation, let Kevin Jr. have the space that he needs, and his father needs to back away and get his shit together. And let his son heal too as well, because his son needs to heal from this situation, because it's too many rumors out here about Kevin Hunter Sr. And then knowing his mother has been crying, she has been weeping, and he knows what's going on. He lives in that house. And recently Kevin Hunter released a statement to People's Magazines and People Magazine, and he said that he feels that Wendy Williams is actually brainwashing his son against him, and he's been begging and pleading to try to spend time with Kevin Jr., and he feels like Wendy Williams has brainwashed him, turned him against his father, and Kevin Sr. says that him and his son has such a good relationship. What do you think about that?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think that Wendy Williams brainwashed him for anything. She didn't have to. Everything is right there for the public eye to see it. It's just a terrible situation, where though I kind of think that he is being pushed to keep a relationship with his father, whereas though he really not ready for this. I mean, this young man is hearing about him messing with a guy just 8 years older than him.
Allegedly.
He sounds like a lunatic.
Yeah, allegedly he was messing with A.V.M. Foster, but keep going.
Yeah, allegedly he was messing with him. But I do know this. I have a 40-year-old. And I know the generation of the young men today, that I don't think nobody's going to go out there and put themselves on the line like that and, make themselves look like that. For nobody. None of these young guys is going to do that. They don't carry it like that, because they so busy trying to be tough and rough and big shot and whatever they do to keep that image up as a bad boy or whatever they trying to do. They're not going to go and put themselves out there like that. So, me personally, and allegedly, like you're saying, but personally, I don't think that guy's lying. I think that Kevin is a child molester.
Allegedly. Allegedly. We go. Allegedly. And this is the opinion of Alicia.
Yes, allegedly. Yes. But allegedly, this is what I am thinking. I have been through a similar situation like this, and I just don't want to see Kevin going down the wrong path, because so far he's been doing good. Then he come home, on vacation, spring vacation or whatever the case may be, and then he has to go through all this, and then this young man has to turn around and go back to college and deal with this, and it's going to be talked about. And how do people think he's going to handle this mentally? I just hope that Wendy do get him the proper counseling that he needs, so he can learn how to deal with his father in the future if he wants to, because I don't think that it should be forced. I think it has to be both of them come together, not forced because, oh, I want you to be around your father. You know, it don't work that way. It just pushes him away, not only from his father, but away from his mother also.
That is very true indeed. And he, Kevin Jr., like, he's supposed to have just a regular lifestyle, going to college, focusing on that and everything like that. His life's supposed to already be like that red carpet. He does have that red carpet, but it's just like Kevin Hunter has taken, his family, through the ringer, and it's just like does he have any remorse? Like, that's just what I want to understand. Like, they said that Kevin Hunter and Kevin Jr. was at, the parking lot and he was arguing, but they said that, Kevin Hunter was trying to press Kevin Jr. to not to be so close to his mother, not to depend on his mother, make his own way in life and not listen to everything that she says. And then so Kevin, Jr., allegedly, this is what it says, that he got upset and he was confronting his father basically about all the things that has been going on between Kevin Hunter and Wendy Williams. And then it said allegedly that Kevin Sr., he thought the situation was really out of control with his son yelling, so he put him in a chokehold, and then that's when Kevin Jr. punched him, allegedly. And it's just like, why are you coming at your son like that right now? You done allegedly had a baby on the side named Journey. You've been cheating with this woman, Serena Hudson, for almost 10 years, and then on top of that, there's another rumor, allegedly, that you was messing with Avion Foster. So it's just like, why would he come at him like trying to force him to do something? What he should be begging for is forgiveness, and I'm sorry for what I did, and sometimes men make mistakes, but I still love you. But instead of trying to, it's like, where is the love at? Where's the compassion for his son and what he's going through? It seems like Kevin Hunter is only concerned about what he wants, because, and also in the altercation, he was trying to convince Kevin Jr. that, Wendy Williams should pay him spousal support and should pay for his attorney fees. Like, the nerve of that, mother sucker. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yes, exactly. And why would you pay spousal support for an 18-year-old? It's a lot of stuff that's going on that I don't understand. I can't even understand, why, Wendy was out there that time of night riding from, well, allegedly drove from New York City to New Jersey to carry an 18-year-old boy to see his father that time of night. To me, that just don't make sense.
No, you know what?
When
I got one thing. I found out the time. The time that the incident happened in the parking lot was 9:35 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah, it was at 9:35 p.m. You can keep going about why
but
would
still. Yeah, but still, I would not drive. Okay, if she did drive, because what we hear that she drove from New York to Jersey, I wouldn't have never drove from New York to Jersey to my house without protection.
Amen.
I mean, do she understand that she needs protection and her son needs protection at all times? Do she know what she's dealing with? Do she know how serious this is? Do you know that it's called temporary insanity? You can snap and you don't even know what you have done. I don't want to get up in the morning, turn on my TV, pick up my phone, pick up my laptop, and hear something that happened to her and Kevin because of this man. This man, to me, is not stable. He's not stable. He's evil. He's the devil. And if I was her, as a mother of a 40-year-old, I lost my youngest son 8 months ago.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm going to say to all mothers out there, do not force your children to be into something that they should not be into. If they're not getting along with that other parent, you're going to have to sit there and work one-on-one with your child, and then work one-on-one with that parent, and then try to bring that family back together. Only thing is going to be is separation, problems, and it can be a very, very big issue with things that we don't want to hear about. And, we look at the ID channel. I'm afraid for her life. I'm terrified for this young man, Because once he get back to that campus, we don't know how he's going to respond. Wendy can't sit there and hold his hand. While you have your children, you love them, you listen to them, you respect them. Don't force them into doing something they don't want to do, because the outcome is never good. And the reason why I know this, I just buried my 36-year-old. His father, I had 3, he was Muslim. I'm Christian. I had 3 days to get my child into the ground.
Sorry to hear that
I had
again.
no help from his father. Not one penny did his father give me. Not one single penny. He did not come to the funeral. He did not wrap his son. He did not wash his son. And now I have until June the 1st to give them the last couple $100 to put the Bronx down on my son's grave. I have not seen that man. I have not heard from that man. I'm telling you, love your children, protect your children. Do not force them into doing anything, because I'm going to tell you, the outcome is never good.
Yes.
Never good.
And also,
mothers out there, listen to me and love your children. Boys
Amen.
will protect their mother with every single thing that they got in them. It's a special bond, and a father can't even touch that. I don't want to hear anything bad in the future for little Kevin, like not finishing school, not doing what he's supposed to do, not getting back on drugs. I want the best for him. I want the best for Wendy. But being around him, around the father right now, it's not a good thing, Wendy. It's not a good thing. And to all mothers, it's not a good thing to force them. Listen to them, love them, because when they're gone, that's it. I have to force myself every morning to get up and figure out how am I going to breathe today, because I don't have my baby with me. Wendy, wake up.
Yes.
While you can.
One moment with that, and also the roles can be vice versa. If you don't if your child don't want to be bothered with the mother or the father, don't push your child to do it, because it could be both ways. It could be the mother and it could be the father. One of them could be a bad apple. So don't force your children to do something they don't want to do until they're ready to do it, and make sure they do get counseling, because you never know how mentally it's affecting them and how they can actually internalize the situation where they can have temporary insanity, where they can get depressed and think that only way I can get out of the situation is doing something that might be hurting the other person. So pay close attention to your children, especially when you're going through a separation, and make sure the separation is amicable and you're not disrespecting one partner in front of the children, and don't do negative behaviors in front of the children where they don't even have to hear you talk bad about the parent. They just can see your actions. Your actions speak louder than words.
Yes. And then you have to look at it too. We're not looking at a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 14-year-old. We're looking at an 18-year-old young man that's in college that can make his own choice on whether or not he wants to deal with that man. You know, you have to let him work it out on his own time. I don't see no good outcome on any of this. I'm going to pray for them, but I'm telling you, love your children while you can. Listen to your children. If that boy is saying, I don't want to be bothered right now, listen to him. It's not good. It's not good. It's not going to be a good outcome. It's never a good outcome when things are not right with the parent and the child and the other parents trying to force that relationship. You're going to have to get them into counseling more or whatever it takes. You know, and do what you have to do as far as a parent, but listen to them. One thing most parents do, and I'm one of them, sometimes I would not listen, but now I have learned. I lost my youngest child. I have learned, you know, you got to listen to them, because it might be one little thing in there that you didn't hear that might be the main trigger to saving his life or her life or whatever the case may be. Don't play around with it. Don't play around with it, because things can get bad, worse than what it is. He's 18 years old. You don't have to drive him anywhere. You want to see him, hey, meet him somewhere and have a bodyguard with him. That situation could have been worse than what it was, allegedly, as they said he choked him. I mean, suppose he didn't realize his strength. If he was drinking or something, he could have snapped his neck or anything. Things could have really been worse than what it was. We might not even been sitting on the phone talking about this right now. We could have been talking about something else. So if your child don't want to be bothered, give them time. Give them time.
That's
They're not
very
dumb.
true.
They're not dumb. You know, you gotta listen to them. It might be just that one little word or that one little phrase that will make you think and say, why? Why did I even do this? But then it will be too late. It will be too late then. But you got them, love them, and listen to them.
That's true.
And don't force them. Don't force them.
And what do you think about? We haven't heard from Sharina Hudson. She's really disappeared. Like, where is she at? Like, was she waiting in the back burner? She's waiting in the corner. She's waiting to jump out the closet. What's going on with Sharina?
And see, I was thinking about that too because, okay, nobody had seen her get on a plane, a boat, a train, anything. Like, nobody knows where this woman is at. And they said that Calvin, Calvin had this quiet room or something he had built right there in the house where he at right now. Like, okay, how they know if he got her up in there with the baby? Wendy better go in there with a couple of bodyguards, look for some Similac, some Pampers, something. That girl might even be living in her house.
Who even knows?
The situation got real ugly because if he had 48 hours to move, somebody please tell me why that man is still there.
I know,
and why is he still there?
I know. Why is he still? He was active because of the cops.
But Wendy feels sorry for him. Did she feel sorry for him after all he have done to her? Could she possibly even feel sorry for this guy? He should not be in that house. And going and allegedly going out there by yourself, just you, him, and Kevin. Nobody even know that you're there. Nobody know that you're there. God knows what this man could have done, and then you come up missing. Oh, who benefits in the end? Oh, I guess Journey Hunter does. You know, people are not thinking about the big picture. Wendy better open up her eyes, and she better open up her eyes and recognize things. I don't know her personally. I'm gonna say this right here: two different worlds, but the game is still the same.
The same, exactly.
That guy is crazy. That guy's crazy. It doesn't matter if you're rich, you poor, you in between. If something is wrong with you, something is wrong with you. And I think something is mentally wrong with him. This man don't know allegedly whether he want a man, he want a woman. He just don't know. He don't know. He's not stable. And right now he feel like he ain't got nothing to lose. I mean, how many people is going to trust him to even give him any money? Because they figure on he going to take it and spend it on Serena. Like I said, Wendy need to go up in there for a couple of bodyguards and make sure she ain't living in there on her property too. That man shouldn't even be there. What's wrong? What is wrong with Wendy? What's wrong with her?
He might still. I don't know if. I don't know if she changed the locks. I don't know if he just, because he was at the story. The story reads allegedly that Kevin Hunter was in the house. Kevin Jr. did not know that his father was there, and then he saw his father. And then the story was revamped, and it said that Kevin Hunter was requesting to spend time with his son, to see his son, and everything was going well. And then they went to the parking lot, and then to the store, and he was chastising his son, and then it just went berserk.
But something still ain't right. If he was requesting to see his son, okay, allegedly or whatever, we wasn't there. But why would Wendy alone drive from New York to Jersey?
That's what I'm saying.
Something ain't right, but that picture, that right there is messy.
Without any security, no bodyguards.
At an appropriate time.
Yes, no security, no bodyguards.
No nephew. Like, and where was his car at? What, somebody dropping him off? Is he parking it around the corner and walking over there? Something is not right. I'm a woman, and I know something ain't right. Somebody is lying.
Yep, the truth always prevails.
It's going to come out. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. One way or another, it's going to come out. Somebody knows something.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you. Where was his car at? Did his friend drop him off? Did he park the car around the corner? Did he catch a cab? Why is he on the property, period? 48 hours means 48 hours. It doesn't mean that you go and live there when Serena go to the Dominican Republic.
They probably got some type of amicable situation going on, so Kevin Hunter might have still been in the house getting his stuff, or whatever, or he felt like that was a neutral ground to meet his son at and basically spend some time with him or whatever. So, but you know, when people go through divorce, especially if you want it to be amicable, you don't want it to be crazy. You don't still, because it's in the public eye, still in the media. So Wendy's probably trying her best to make sure everything's amicable, making sure that she's not totally freezing him out, but she's gonna cut him off from her accounts. But you know what? If you want to pull up to that house, we've been in that house for a couple of years. Pull up to the house. But she's cutting him off from the foundation. She's cutting him off from producing the show. The contract is going to run out. He will be gone. And she replaced him already with somebody else new to fill his shoes. So she's probably trying to make everything amicable because everything in the media is so damn negative about, you know, Kevin Hunter that she just basically want to make sure she try to keep the shit a little bit quiet. Like, let's just be cool about this. You cheated. You had a baby for 10 years. It's over. Just leave, my dude. Just leave. I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm not gonna throw you under the bus, but be cool, because you know that Wendy Williams still probably, you know, feels she didn't fall out of love with him yet, because it's so, you just don't cut off love like that. But she's not trying to throw the nails in the coffin. She's trying to do everything nice and slow, but he ain't appreciating it, because if he did appreciate it, when Wendy drove all the way to when she drove from New York to New Jersey to drop her son off to visit her father, that's showing that she's trying to have a civil relationship with him, and she's trying to make sure he just go away. Please go away. I'm trying to be good to you. And he just not getting it. And you would think he would appreciate that and not chastise Kevin Jr., you know, when he finally gets to spend some time with him, you know? It's just crazy.
And see, the thing too, but the thing too, not only that, I mean, even if she wanted him to spend some time with her, it will be in daylight. It will be out in the public, nowhere, you know, like in a restaurant or something like that. I would not have to sit with you. I could sit in another booth. I could sit in the car where I could see my son, but there will be a bodyguard there. I would never go to no house where it's just us. No, not knowing what this man is going to do to me and my child. Really, I mean, that man is not right. This man can't possibly be right by allegedly the things that's going on. And there's no way in this world I would go to a big giant house like that with the woods in the back with my child to go meet him at any time. Not even in the daytime without bodyguards. She had them bodyguards. The bodyguards are there for a reason. She needs to make sure she had them bodyguards with her at all times.
You know what?
This man do not have a soul. He just want her money. He don't even love her. He don't even love her. I just seen a picture of her, and she was waiting to grab his arm, and he looking at her like, why are you even touching my arm? Like, you could look at his face. And then I was thinking about it too, where as though it was this radio show or whatever, and Wendy was there and he was there, and the guy asked them, or female asked them, they said, well, what happens if y'all break up? And Wendy said, well, I guess we have to split everything half and half. So then Kevin, he gonna come out his mouth and say, hey, I might just go ahead and give her everything. Really? What would make you even think something like that? Now, this was years ago.
Yep.
That right there told me he did not even love that woman. He didn't love her then. So what happened to that statement that you made? You'll go ahead and give her everything. Now you want everything from her. You told me you made her. You didn't make that woman. Only thing you did was some background work. That she stood there and did everything. Without her, there will not be no show. He can do all the background work he wanted to do. Trust me, what he doing, somebody else is doing it now. So he did not make her. I would pay him off, give him whatever, not much. And I would get him out of my life, and I would get him out of my child life. And I wouldn't worry about trying to mend nothing. I would let my son finish up doing what he has to do, and in due time, they can mend whatever they need to mend. He's 18 years old. You don't have to hold his hand for him to go and see his father. That right there is it's some crap going on.
Hold on for 1 second.
Going out there to that place is something wrong. There's something wrong.
I think that Wendy Williams, one of the reasons why she probably went and drove from New York to New Jersey to drop her son off, is because she probably thinks deep down inside that I know this man. This man, Wendy Williams called him her best friend. She know him since 1996, 1997. She knew him for years. And she probably thinks that even though he did all this, he probably won't hurt me and he won't hurt our son because he loves her. And so now she just got a whiff of reality when Kevin Hunter allegedly attacked Kevin Jr. by putting him in a chokehold. So now she got the wake up call. She probably thought that, I know this man so much. He wouldn't hurt my son. He wouldn't hurt me physically. And now she got the wake up call. And even Charlamagne the God said he fears for Wendy Williams' safety. And he just wants her to get away from Kevin Hunter because he's no good and the man ain't right. Even Charlamagne said the man ain't right in the head.
He's not right. And I mean, I'm on the outside looking in, and like I said, we're from two different worlds. Me and Wendy is from two different worlds.
Yes, we are.
I wouldn't put him in no category with me because this man do not have a soul. He do not have a heart. He don't have no love in him. I don't know him personally. Even when I look at him on the screen, the way he look at you with his eyes, it is nothing but evil. This man is the devil, and I'm begging this woman to get away from him and let that boy get a relationship with him when he's ready in due time after probably a few years of counseling. Right now, he's not ready because he's hot-headed, and if his father touches him again, God knows what might happen. I'm trying to tell you, something is not right, and Wendy better wake up.
Yes.
He 18. Let him make his own decision. 18, yep. 19, 20, 21. I mean, come on, by then he graduated from college. He can make a decision whether or not he want to see him. This right here, she don't have to hold his hand for this.
But you know what?
Right here.
Miss Alicia,
else going on, but that we don't know about.
Miss Alicia, you know what? I think also that Kevin Hunter did that guilt trip, like you were saying. She feels sorry for him because Kevin Hunter might have called her and said, Kevin Jr. is my firstborn. He's my first son. I love him. He's the only son I got, and trying to, throw it in like the other baby's not important too as well. And he probably did that guilt trip, like, Kevin Jr. is going back to school pretty soon. He did that guilt trip. And Wendy, since she knew him for so long, she was like, you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because it has nothing to do with our relationship. Okay, I'll drive him down there. I'll drive our son down there because I guarantee you Kevin Hunter used that type of manipulation and mind control to try to control Wendy, still trying to get his hooks in her because she's running. She's trying to run and he's throwing them hooks. She's running and he's throwing them hooks, and now he's throwing the hooks into the son.
And see, that's the thing right there. Wendy, for one, by her knowing what this man have done to her, there would be nothing at all that this man could say to me without my lawyer present, without a bodyguard present. I wouldn't even worry about none of that foolishness that's coming up out of that's my first son. If he was your first son, well, he is his first son. But okay, you had plenty of time. You had 18 years to mend things with him. 18 years that you could have did a whole bunch of other things with him, but no, you wanted to chase behind Sharina. You want to have another baby. You want to have a family on the side. This boy looking at this man like, this ain't my father. This ain't the man that I knew growing up. He's not going to respect him. It ain't going to happen. My son, I have one son left at 40, and he calls his father, and I had to stop him because, he didn't show up for his brother's funeral. And he said, well, he's the sperm donor because this man, Wendy's not the only one. This man has 6 children, 5 different mothers. So, Wendy, you're not alone, okay?
Yes, and the thing about it is,
alone.
This is why so many women are relating and want Wendy to win in this situation, because she's going through something that millions of us have went through, and we get to see it live and we get to see all the information. We know who she is, so it's a bunch of us that are watching the situation knowing what the outcome can be and have been through this before, and we rooting for her. But we all know sometimes it takes you a while to let go. I remember one of my friends said she woke up one day and she knew she hated her husband, and she never turned around. She never went back. But he mistreated her. He dogged her out. He cheated on her. He had babies. He used to take money. And we all try to support her and, try to make her happy too as well, to help her move forward. But she wouldn't. She would keep going back. And she said one day she just woke up and she just knew it was over. When a woman's fed up. And
Yeah.
Wendy got to be fed up by now. But sometimes there's some smooth operators. Men and women can be smooth operators and play that game with you because they know deep down inside that you love them. And love just don't walk away one day. It takes a while, especially 20-something years she been with this man. Even though 10 he been with Sharina, she loved him. She loves him. It's gonna take time for her to actually come to the realization that this man can no longer be a part of my life physically and mentally like that, but we can co-parent. Or we don't really have to co-parent because he's 18 years old. Kevin Jr. can do what he want to do.
Exactly. And see, people use that word love strongly. You know what I mean? Love. It's a 4-letter word. Okay, you could be with somebody for years and years. Okay, the guy I'm with now, 20 years. When I left the other guy that was abusing me, and then, I went through a few things. But I'm going to tell you right now, you love yourself
Amen.
first.
Amen.
And then down the line after my children, you might give some love. Because if you're not giving back that love, that equal love that I'm giving you, there is no love there. It's just a 4-letter word. And people, they always say, oh, they've been with them 20, 30 years. It happens. People fall out of love.
Yep.
And if this man don't love you or respect you enough, and knowing that you are A-list and you out there in the public and he is still doing things and he don't care.
I know.
He choked the son out allegedly. It's all public. He talking to TMZ. He trying to, nobody wants to mess with this guy.
Nope.
Everybody sees what this guy is about. And like I said, I'm from Baltimore City. We are real here. We love Wendy. I love Wendy personally. I just adore her, coming out. I'm a few years older than her. But the thing is that, she did, I look at her like, oh, wow. She did things that I wanted to do. I wasn't able to do because I was raising children. I didn't have that extra step, that extra help. But because you help a person doesn't mean that you have to turn around and tear them down. Walk away. It's over. You destroyed this. You messed this situation up.
Yes,
you don't
he
hear
did.
about Wendy out here running around with nobody. Only thing you hear about is him running around with Tom, Dick, and Harry and whoever else he could find. That's what we hear. We don't hear nothing about Wendy.
Nope.
She don't have to let that love thing go. Let that love thing go because if somebody loves you, they will respect
Back
you.
to you. Amen.
That man don't respect himself. He don't respect himself, so he can't respect her, and he can't respect his son. And that little girl, I feel for her, because they gave her the right word, the right name, Journey.
Journey.
Because she is going to have a journey coming up.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a lot going on, and like I said, we need to go in there for a couple of security, a couple of her guards, check her house, and make sure she ain't laying up in there too. No cars in the front. None of this stuff like that. If he wanted to, he could have crept her. Nobody seen him coming and going. This is it's a lot. It's a lot. Love yourself first. And one thing I learned, I can count my men on one hand. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm West Indian. I don't play that, go from man to man, woman to woman. I'm not doing none of that. I'm done with all that. I never even did it. I kept my man, my friends on one hand. Wendy, love yourself first. And your next man that you get, make sure he loves you just a little bit more than you love him. And that way you know you got that man and he will respect you. Get somebody on your level. Don't get nobody that, soon as something happened, he want to tear down everything. He want to talk about what he did for you. You got a child there. Not only did you do it for her, as you claim, you did it for that child. That woman don't owe you nothing. As far as I'm concerned, he got more than his share, and he need to walk away with what they gave him. And I don't even think he need that. I don't even think he need that $10 million or whatever else he got saved up. That's going to be gone very soon. I don't trust him. I don't trust Wendy around him. I definitely don't trust little Kevin, not even little Kevin. I don't trust Kevin around him. I just don't like the situation. I act like I know her, but I'm just saying, I want her to really, really open up, sit back, think, talk to her son, and get away from this man, and only see this man when you have protection around you. it's not going to be a good outcome. This man feel like he has lost everything, and he going to do everything he can in the public eye to make Wendy look bad. And I don't think that this is the end of it. I still think it's a lot more that's going to happen.
Yes, that
I really do.
It's very, very true. There's a lot more gonna happen. You got any last words? You got any words that you want to tell people? Tell Wendy about loving yourself and being strong.
Yes. What I do want to say to Wendy, this is Alicia. I'm a few years older than you. Different worlds, different people, but the game is still the same. Wendy, love yourself first. Love your child. Don't force your child into doing something he don't want to do. And I don't know if you forced him. I don't know how it's going because I'm not in your household. But talk to him. See where he's at. Give him some time. And let him decide when he want to see his father. Let him make that decision. Don't let Kevin make any more decisions for you. We love you, Wendy. And I want to see you on top. I don't want to see you falling back. I don't want to see you on drugs. I don't want to hear anything about Kevin not doing good in school, not, preparing his life for a better future. And as long, I'm going to tell you, Wendy, long as he sees you suffering, he is going to suffer. So when you're torn down, your child is torn down with you. That's your only baby. And I have one baby left myself, and I'm going to tell you, my son is my world. And if he say no, no is what it is.
Amen.
And that's all that I have to say.
Thank you.
Love yourself first. And anybody out here that's having problems with a man, love yourself first. Love yourself first. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And let these kids grow up in a decent manner. If they need counseling, carry them to counseling. Don't go dragging them. Oh, that's their dad. They ain't going to work it out. It don't work like that. And if you think that you're going to go back to him and think it's going to work out, it's not going to work out because in the back of your mind, you'll always be thinking about that baby. It will never, ever work out. So when you don't even think about going back to him, it ain't going to never work. And I'll be a witness to that if you go back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your insight. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much, Alicia, from Baltimore, representing for Wendy Williams and trying to kick some knowledge to the young youth, baby. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you. God bless. I'll talk to you soon.
God bless you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And also, Wendy Williams is the only African-American woman with a daytime TV show. There's other African-American TV shows with African-American women on there, but Wendy is the only single headliner for a daytime TV show that's African-American in 2019. We had Oprah, we had some other people, but now it's Wendy Williams. We have Wendy Williams. She's the only one. I mean, she has made waves, and we respect Wendy. We love Wendy, and we just want to make sure she's okay, her son's okay, and to all the children that are going through situations where their parents are separating, keep your head up, keep strong. You'll get through it. And parents, think about your children and what they're going through when they watch you and your spouse separate. Just do right by your children because you don't know how it affects them mentally too as well. And watch what you do in front of them. Don't be cheating and dogging out your partner in front of the kids. Peace, I'm out. One love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. Peace, I'm out. One love.